Hello, hi again. I'm actually filming in my daughter's room. She's taking a nap. We were supposed to be out, and I'm like, you know what, if you're gonna sleep with me when we were supposed to head out, I might as well make a video in your room and wake you up. Today is funny because I filmed a video that I wanted to share with you, but I watched it. I felt like I was sounding like my authentic self, so I decided to disregard that video altogether and actually respond to a comment that was made towards me. And the comment was actually, because it's funny, right? Like, I love funny things. I love when people tell me funny things. It's easy to talk about those things than to talk about me trying to explain the reasons why I married my husband and stuff like that. So we're still in the subject of me being in an age gap relationship, interracial relationship, and being married to an Italian man. So the comment was actually that Italian men are not loyal. Again, with everything in life, like I keep saying, nothing is always black and white. There are always gray areas, and your experience is your experience alone. It does not include other people's experience. With that said, I feel like being married to an Italian man, having dated Italian men in the past, I'm exposing myself, and also having some Italian friends that are married, that have been in relationships for a really long time, I feel like I can answer this question or comment that was made that Italian men are not loyal. Anywho, let's get into the meat of the subject. Italian men are not loyal. Ooh, macho, machismo, oh my god, they're so cringe. Oh. Okay, so let's get back to the subject. I was just being so dramatic. Italian men, it's a science, right? Everywhere you go, anywhere in the world, you need to try to understand how those people think, how they were raised, how they were bred, how they are as people. So I feel like most American, maybe women, maybe not necessarily men, they have this point of view about Italian that's very negative, that's very, I mean, at least the ones that I've spoken to, I cannot generalize the whole country. Their view is that they are players. But if you get deeper into the meat of the conversation, you realize that they did things that Italian men just don't like. But also because they fell head over heels with an Italian man who was actually just having fun, who was actually just being an Italian man. Let me explain this more. So you go to Italy on a study program, or you go there on a vacation, and you go out, you hang out, you spot a man who's like good looking, he spots you, you guys start talking. Italian men are super flirtatious. They will flirt you to death. Even if they don't want to be with you in the end, they just want to hang out with you, they will flirt with you. Now, in some other culture, you could translate this in a different way. In Italy, it's just like, I'm flirting you. And an Italian man is thinking your response should be that you should play hard to get. And most people who are not from such a culture, they just, fall for the charm. Oh my God. This guy will even protect you during the night. If you guys go out and stuff like that, some of the men are trying to get to you. He will protect you like his own, like, this is my woman. And you there, you are melting like, oh my God, he loves me. Oh. You're there like, I am ready. He's just playing the part, and you're supposed to play your part too. Where things go wrong is you guys have fun, you go home, maybe his place, maybe your place, and then you mate and he leaves, and then you never get to see him again, or maybe hear from him again, or maybe he ghosts you the next day and you're confused because I spent the night with this guy, he loved me. To an Italian man, it means nothing. It just means that you are an easy woman. If you speak with many Italian men, yes, I know this country is super traditional, and as a woman you always have to know your place, and as a woman you always have to play hard. That's why they think about most American women as being easy. I'm sorry, I gotta turn off my daughter's camera because I just realized that it's making so much noise. I'm sorry about that. There was a camera, there is also her humidifier here. It's just making so much noise, but I love this room because it has really good lighting. Anywho, what I was saying was, you always have to play hard to get in the Italian culture. As a woman, you always have to know your place. Women and men have very set rules for life, and your rule as a woman is that you have to play hard to get. If you go and sleep with someone the first night, they're gonna believe that you're an easy woman, you're just going with everyone. It's not gonna mean anything for them, and you're gonna move on to the next person. Even if they're doing the same thing, you shouldn't be doing it. Most Italian, they don't discuss things like sex and relationships so openly like that with their family members. It's just like, okay, I'm dating this person, I'm talking with this person, and if that's happening where the family knows you, you know, the family knows that you guys are together, you know, there is no gray area. You're mine, I'm yours. Whereas I find in America, it's, oh, we're just talking, we're just chatting. There isn't such a thing in Italy. When an Italian man introduces you to his friends, you guys go past that stage of awkwardness, like you guys are it. Like if you're thinking that, oh my god, I don't know, an Italian man wants you to commit early, so to say that Italian men are not loyal, I just feel like some people just don't understand the rules about dating Italian men, what's expected in that society, what's seen as a nice, a great woman, or an easy to get woman who is preyed on by men, and she just gives all the men that she meets a cookie. You might not be doing that, but that's what they're thinking in their head. Like, oh my god, it was so easy, like I just hung out with her and at the end of the night we were already eating cookies. And you know, don't get yourself wrapped up in your head thinking because this guy made you coffee in the morning, made sure to walk you home, make sure to do everything that you've seen in the movie, it means that he's in love with you. He is not in love with you. He's playing the game, and you should have played the game, and maybe things would have translated in a different way in the future. An Italian man can be possessive. They can be possessive in a way that, you know, you cannot be wearing that. They want you to look a certain way. Because Italian people, they're very observant. They can be a little bit too much when it comes to like how you should look, how you should always present yourselves. But I feel like every day you should always try to present yourself great. Like me, my daughter, I would never ever just go outside not having washed my face, not having brushed my teeth. My daughter the same way. It has to be done. It's a routine that we all go through. If I'm home, I haven't taken a shower, my husband gets back, I feel a little bit weird because also in my African culture it's that thing, right? Like you always have to, as a woman, always have to take care of yourself. Always have to be ready. You always have to be clean. It's ingrained in your brain. Maybe in a sexist way, you always have to be ready for your man. I don't do that for my man. For me, I do it for myself. First of all, for self-respect, and then it translates later for him as well, because the way I was raised, also the way my husband was raised, I am an extension of him, and so him to me. So it's that, you know, cohesiveness that we are looking for when you are dating an Italian man. You want to play the game. You want to understand you want to understand the rule so that you can survive this type of relationship. Here in America, you go, you have your one night stand, and then you have to hide yourself. You have to like act like, oh my god, like if these people see me, they recognize me on the street. Italian men are not like that. You're a lady first and foremost, even if they talk about you later, not in a nice way, but at that moment that you spend with them, you are respected as a lady. he's gonna make sure that you get home safely. When we talk about them not being loyal, I just feel like maybe this person has had quite a bad relationship or was hurt in the past a lot by an Italian man. I understand where you're coming from, because Italian men are portrayed in movies and in society as Casanovas. You know, they want to be like these men who are super macho. In some way they are like that, but it doesn't mean that as a woman that you do not have a voice. They will always consult you with a conclusion in their own mind. So when they consult you, it's basically to guide you to their conclusion. So if you're not a strong person, you don't really know what you want out of life, and every time you get guided to a conclusion that this person already had, of course you're gonna feel kind of It's always a both-way street in a relationship. It's not a one-way. My only thing I'm saying is that they are hard-headed. It's sometimes their way or the highway. And if you're that person who is weak, you will be the one suffering in the future. It's not like they are not loyal or they are these Casanova. And some of the Italian men would also want to appear, because I grew up in a culture like that. Like, you see a man who is really a nice person, not a player at all, but want to appear like, you know, to his friends that I am a Casanova. I am the man. I'm in control. I'm the macho one. I'm a Casanova. It's the same way you find this, I feel like, almost everywhere in the world to some extent. And it goes even further, I feel like, in Italy, because of the passion. You know, they are super expressive in everything they do. Passion runs deep, and Italian men will not do anything without passion. Everything that they do is followed with a lot of passion. Cooking, dressing, kissing, making love. There's a reason why we love Italian men. There's a reason why we love them. Italian men are intense. Italian men are passionate. Italian men can want to sound or appear like a Casanova, like I'm in charge. Don't get it twisted. If you are in a relationship with one, married to one, kind of yo-yoing around, I don't know what you call that nowadays. In America, you swipe right, you meet with a person, you kind of like feel like we don't, even though you swipe right, you meet with that person. When you meet, you don't even know where that will be going. And when you are dating an Italian man, you go on the second date, there is no gray area. There is no I am talking to 3, 4, 5 people. An Italian man who is willing to meet with you is probably very serious. And if you talk about cheating, according to what I've read online, and their percentage is actually the same as the rest of the world, but because of the movies that we've seen, because of the books that we've seen, and because of the perception that we have of these men and not understanding the rules of dating Italian men, we believe that they are not loyal. You are a very important person in his life as a woman. Italian men are just raised that way, to love, to cherish, to be there for their women, to give them everything, to lay themselves before anything else. Like, he is going to go hard for you. He is going to protect you. It gets even worse when you have a daughter with an Italian man, like I do now. It gets even worse. Like, I don't even get to tell my husband that my daughter is beautiful. Like, he's not beautiful. He's more than that. Like, when I say, oh my God, she's so beautiful, he's like, what are you talking about? What do you know? I'm kidding. He doesn't say that. I'm just kidding. I'm just exaggerating. I hope you know that satire. My husband goes like, no, seriously, I don't even finish my words. He goes like, what do you know, mamma mia? My daughter is more than beautiful. He just says like, he's more than beautiful. And then I go to my husband's work, and his colleague tells me the same thing. I can't even say one word about your daughter, your husband. OMG. I'm like, oh. Tell me about it. Tell me something I don't know. Like, even myself at home, I can't say anything about Luana. Luana's the best. Like, that's an Italian man. He loves you. He will praise you. I get praised more so my daughter now than anything else. Just so know that when people come to you, talk to you about Italian men not being loyal, it might be their own experience. It might not be yours. Maybe, just maybe, they didn't know the rules of not going to bed with an Italian man on the first night. Maybe they had to play hard to get. Maybe they gave their cookie earlier than they should have. Maybe the chemistry wasn't there. You know, let's not take things too hard here, or just categorize things as, you know, this is black, this is white, this is orange, this is green, this is yellow, this is red. No, there are gray areas, and each person has their own experience. My experience, your experience might be different than, you know, someone else's experience dating or marrying an Italian. I have to go now. So until next time, you stay blessed. I love you so much for being here. I will see you again next week, okay? Take care of yourself and your family, your loved ones. Bye-bye.